So being the last day, I think that we're going to expose this so-called victim that Austin tells everybody he has, that they're trying to protect. See, look in this here. You also notice in that text that they're getting on Shell because they're saying they don't have proof of nothing. They're trying to accuse her of blaming me with child stuff and all these things, which wasn't true. So none of that was true, and that's him admitting to that stuff. Nothing with minors. So here's when me and Courtney first met. Pay attention to the dates. We met on the night this picture was taken, that night. So let me tell you about Courtney. I met Courtney one time. We met in a neutral state. Wasn't in the state she lived, wasn't in the state I lived. We met outside of here, spent a night together, went and had a wonderful time. She even said it was a wonderful time. She told Shell the next day. Let me show you that. And everything was great. We met on the night. The first picture there was us meeting on the night. That was a picture later that night. The next day we got up, had lunch, we did different things, we left. That was the end of it. Everything was great. We messaged every day. She told me she loved me. She wanted to spend her life with me, that I was an amazing guy. Here's all that. Here's where she even told someone that she was a victim, that she woke up confused and sore and all this stuff, and that I told her that I knew where she lived, that if she told anybody. Well, I didn't know where she lived, but here's a picture of when she told me this, just a few days after we met, and I'm going to put it in there so everybody can see dates, okay? So when all this stuff went down and all these things, I had no idea this was coming from Courtney. I went yelling at my ex because I was made believe it was my ex, my baby mama, that was causing most of this drama, because I didn't think Courtney would do something of this nature. But things went crazy once this person got into her messages. Let me show you. Then all of a sudden, things went downhill. People started making videos calling me a monster. All these things, right? So the problem is you see all the messages. We had a great relationship. The date that she sent her that message, here's a screen recording just the day before those messages was sent from Courtney. So see, that was on the 17th. On the 18th, Psycho got into her messages, and then all of a sudden they had a victim. My group messaged him with Austin, went nonchalant on the 18th. He wasn't speaking to me at all. And then all of a sudden, here I'm a monster and they have a victim they're trying to protect. Okay? So then they showed a picture of a bruise. Well, here's the picture of the bruise. Same arm, different picture, but here's your bruise picture. Courtney went into panic because when Brittany got into her stuff, she was freaking out about her charges. Like I said, her charges were, she had told me that she got arrested for being an accomplice with drugs. Well, that wasn't true. She got arrested for having drugs on her. She got arrested, and when I looked up her charges, she went in panic and got mad at me because her charges also showed child endangerment and child abandonment. She'd been in trouble with CPS. She'd lost custody of her kids for 2 years. She wasn't just an accomplice with drugs, she had the drugs. So she started freaking, saying Brittany was going to get her job and all this stuff. So now that all this has come out and people reached out to me and she knows now that I know it was her that's doing it, she's trying to spin it that she was blackmailed. That she never told anybody that I done anything bad to her, that she was just tipped drunk and didn't remember much. But this is their victim. Because people started reaching out wanting truth. I was being accused of being a monster. So that didn't stick. They didn't ever post anything on it because they knew I could shut it down. So now what they're doing is they're trying to bring up old MC stuff that I'm not even a part of anymore. They're trying to say that I did things I pew-pewed at 5 teenage girls for no reason. And the only thing I got charged with was reckless endangerment with a firearm, 100 hours community service, and a year's probation. You don't get those kind of charges pew-pewing for no reason at 5 teenage girls, people. And if you all going to believe that, just like you're believing this woman's a victim, then you exactly are the peasants that he says that you all are. My MC history was my MC history. It's nobody's damn business. They want to sit and say that I fabricated that picture. Them people knows, the guy saying that stuff knows supposedly the guy does it and go straight to his Facebook and see it posted on his Facebook himself. The lies on this app, the people that extent people will go to try to destroy lives because they're afraid of losing is pathetic. But understand you've lost. You picked the wrong guy, period. Just admit it and walk on with it. You picked the wrong guy. The other ex I had, I proved she got arrested a few times for domestic violence. To me and others. I've never had those type charges. Never. Never even been handcuffed for it. The TPO that you tried to say was hers, that wasn't mine. That got thrown out because it was proven that she'd made up lies. Even Grace was there and made a post about that. The lies you all try to twist instead of just doing the truth because you're trying to hide your own shit because you're guilty of stuff on this app is pathetic. And I'll post a few things to show that. You're horrible people. You may not pay for it in this life, but you will your next. You will when the good Lord says you're going to pay for it. That's on you. I hope everybody in this app decides to shut this bitch down. This app was fun. It could be a lot of fun. I'm guilty of being one of the reasons this app started going to shit in a handbasket, and that was being part of AFF and bullying people and going after people. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of yelling at my baby mother on a phone call and threatening her best friend. That I'm guilty of. I've apologized for that. But I was made to believe that these people were trying to destroy my life and making up lies on me. Understand, this is the truth. If you all want to spin it, I will post every screen recording I've got of everything. I did it the way I did to cover up addresses. But if I need to go a different route, I will. Do better. Be better.